sort of. I've been up for a few hours. I just finished my morning clients. I had a cancellation, but that's okay. Fridays, I don't take evening clients, so I get to start my day off a little bit early. However, I just started my period, so that was really great. But I do have to go grocery shopping, and I feel like I need a Costco membership. Oh, I think my brother's girlfriend has them, so maybe I'll go with her. But I find myself going to the grocery store multiple times during the week, and yeah, now I have to go get breakfast food, actually stock up on all my proteins and veggies. I'll take you with, then we're gonna make breakfast, then we're gonna do leg day. And this is for my ladies out there. I know sometimes when you're on your period, it's hard to work out. So I'll show you what I do and how I listen to my body, because working out on my period actually makes me feel better. I feel that if I just lounge around and succumb to because right now I have cramps, and I normally don't get cramps. Every once in a while I get cramps, and today's one of those days, but really truly for me, moving around helps me alleviate my cramps. So I just fight through it. I know there's some days where they're really bad for some of you, but I'm telling you, this is my experience. This is what helps me. So yeah, let's go grocery shopping for the 4th time this week. Tell me why all of that was $75. Groceries have been getting insane. It's just one of those expenses that I can't go without. And I just realized 2 hours I'm getting in the car, I forgot tampons. Am I gonna go back into the same store and buy them? No. I don't know why, but now I'm gonna go to Walgreens and get them. Kind of a random thing to talk about, but this episode really truly is catered more towards women. When you buy tampons, make sure you read the ingredients. I know I just showed you on there, but it really truly is just cotton in here. A lot of the ones that claim to be organic tampons, they have other ingredients in there still, so make sure you read those, because you don't need to put any of that shit in your body. It's just, ideally you'd want a free bleed and TMI, but that's usually what I do at home. So the only time I actually wear tampons is if I'm at the gym or if I'm working, but other than that, I just let it bleed. And it's made a significant change to my period. I barely bleed. My period only lasts for, I'd say at most 3 to 4 days. I usually just have like 2 days and then I'm good. The 3rd day is like a little bit, but I do believe like the free bleeding has made a difference. Probably also my lifestyle, the foods I eat, the way, my sleep schedule, my workout schedule. I think all those things have an effect on it. But I did recently stop birth control. I shouldn't say recently. It's been a full year this month, and it was a roller coaster. But I'm so happy I did it, because it's completely changed my hormones. Honestly, my mind has changed, which is something I didn't expect to happen. But I was on birth control from the age I was 18 up until last year, which was 30. I did take a few breaks in between, but never long enough to see the benefits, because what would happen is when I stop, I would break out like crazy, and I don't know, I guess my self-esteem went down, and I just thought, okay, I don't like this. I'm just gonna go back on birth control to make my skin better. But I finally stuck it out last year, and my skin was terrible for a few months. I would get really bad cystic acne, and yeah, it was not a good time. But once I realized it doesn't really matter, like the outside. I mean, yeah, no one's gonna feel good when you have acne, when you have pimples, you feel a little bit self-conscious, but you kind of look inside yourself and none of that shit matters, right? So was I insecure for a little bit? Yes, but I rode past that wave, and I still get breakouts. I mean, you can see like right here, I think right here, I get a few, but it's definitely not as bad as it was the first few months of stopping birth control. And I just think it's good to purge your body of all the unnecessary hormones that I was pumping myself with, which was the birth control. So if you're thinking of quitting, obviously I'm not a doctor. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, but it's significantly changed my life. And I've been doing a lot more research on it too. Another weird thing that happens is you become attracted to a different type of person, which I read about and I thought it was complete bullshit. But when I look back at the people that I've dated and the pattern, I don't look at those types of men anymore, which is I think kind of interesting, and it's definitely a good thing. Not shitting on all the men that I've dated, although most of them were not good for me, but apparently what happens is when you're on birth control, it changes your sense of smell towards men. For example, the sweat on certain men that you were attracted to, I guess, when you're on birth control is different to the one that when you're not on birth control. And I've noticed that too. That's a good change that happened. That's another one. I'm more emotional, which I do believe as a female you should be. I think it's good to be a little bit emotional and feel more, I guess, nurturing. I was very anti babies. I couldn't stand babies. I never wanted to have kids. And some may say it's because you're getting older. I truly don't think so, because up until last year, I was very anti children. I never had that motherly instinct, but it's been a full year off of it now. I'm not saying I want kids. I don't know if I ever want kids, but I don't oppose them as much as I used to. And I feel like I have a more motherly or maternal instinct when I'm around little kids, and I want to protect them and say hi to them. So I just think being on birth control for so many years definitely made me feel more masculine, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So I find myself crying at certain parts of movies, which I never did. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. But I just feel more feminine, and I love how I'm feeling in that way. That feminine energy, I guess. I was always very masculine. I still am a little bit. I'm a little bit of a bro, but I definitely have a more feminine side now, and I embrace it. I love it. It feels good. Yeah. So if you're thinking of quitting birth control, I recommend it. Give it a try. I know it's going to suck for a little while, but you will feel better. I mean, it's the best decision I ever made. I'll never take it again. Ever. They're the devil. I also, which I forgot to say, when I was on birth control, I had depression and I had anxiety. And once I stopped that, I'm good. So again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just sharing my story with you. So bottom line, pick organic tampons. Try to free bleed as much as you can. Just got to the gym wearing my cute training club pump cover. It's probably not going to stay on long because I'm doing leg day, as I mentioned earlier. And my cramps have subsided a little bit, so my low back is not feeling as bad as it was. So I'm hoping I can actually squat today, but yeah, let's go. First things first, we got to get our mobility out of the way. So we start with some walking lunges here. Notice on the way back, I'm taking wider, more diagonal steps. This just stretches out my legs a little bit more. Then a nice hip flexor movement here. I like to push my hips back and forth, keeping my chest up. Then I'm going to add a twist just to wake up my spine. And then obviously we always got to make sure we do the other side as well. And I'm sorry in advance, I don't know any of these names. I know I'm a trainer, I should know these, but yeah, I just do, honestly, for my mobility movements, I do whatever feels good. This one is my favorite. The Chinese squat really opens up the hips, and I feel a really nice release on my low back when I do these. Here I'm praying to the gods. And then these, I don't know what these are called, but another nice hip opener here. And then I do believe these are called the 90-90s coming up. I think so. Yes. These feel amazing too. I think everything I pretty much do, especially on a leg day, is just opening up my hips more because they're always extremely tight. And I found doing these mobility movements tremendously helps my lift. This one, you want to keep your hands on your toes and just bend your knees around your spine. It feels amazing. Then another part of our warm-up is our abduction. A good way to remember the name of these is when you're doing a abduction, you're going away from the body, so you're pushing your knees out. And when you're doing adduction, think of adding towards the body, so you're going to push your legs towards your body. Note with this movement too, I'm going slow and pausing at the top. That's where you're going to feel that exercise the most. So don't try to rush through this. You really want to feel every single muscle fiber warming up here. Next up, we're going to do a nice warm-up set here. And this, I was trying to see how this would feel today, because when I am on my period, my low back kind of hurts. But judging from this first set, I was already starting to feel good, which was exciting because I haven't really squatted in a while. I'm taking a little bit of a powerlifting break, but I'll be back in July. Let's stack a little bit of weight, but I am not going too heavy. Take the pump cover off. It was extremely hot in the gym today. I don't know if it's because the sun was finally out and it was still a little bit humid, so it was stuffy. But yeah, anyways. I'm also weird. I always fold my pump covers. I think it's because I worked at Old Navy and I don't know, it's instilled in me to always fold my clothes. These still felt really good. Didn't feel like I needed a belt. So 185, we did a couple sets here. And I did decide to go up after this. We ended up going to, I think, yeah, 225 was just the highest I went during this day. Okay, here we go. 225 also didn't feel as bad. If I remember correctly, I did 3 sets of 3. And then I dropped it back down to 205 and did 15. Then we did some leg presses, and I did 4 sets of 12 to 15. I think the first 2 sets I did 15, and then I dropped it back down to 12 reps because they were kind of killer towards the end. Personally, I don't like the leg press. I always have to play around with the machines, manipulate them a little bit, because some of the machines, with the way the angles are, just doesn't feel good on my back, but I figured out a good positioning here. And here's proof that I do work hard. I make faces while I work out. It's totally fine. Don't ever be embarrassed if you make faces or noises at the gym. Then we did some hip thrusts, and I did 4 sets of 12, but I kept it light because the positioning of that bar and that time of the month, it just does not feel too great if you go extremely heavy. So yes, I went lighter, controlled the movement, really focused on just squeezing my glutes and driving up through that heel, keeping my chin tucked. And I actually prefer the Smith machine. The setup is a lot simpler and easier, and it feels very smooth too. So if you have a Smith machine, do your hip thrusts on there. 10 out of 10 recommend that. Some kind of lunge movement is a must for my leg days. I did pulsing lunges here. So at the bottom, you'll see I do a couple pulses for that extra burn. Then we did some hamstring curls. I'm really trying to build my hamstrings. I don't know. It's one of the hardest muscles for me to grow, and I honestly just don't like doing them. But, you know, you just got to get through it at this point. And then wait for this moment. Happens multiple times throughout my time at the gym here. Yep, here I go, almost eating shit. I just finished leg day. Now I have to go make returns at the post office, eat, get my nails fixed because these are just disgusting. Ugh. And a few other things I need to do. News, the sun is out and my mood completely changed. The sun has not been out in probably almost 2 weeks here in LA. It's been absolutely awful. So I am so happy right now. Glimpse into LA traffic. I'm currently going 20 miles per hour. It's just wonderful. Okay, let's go get my nails done because once again they look awful. I don't know why I picked this color last time, but anyways, taking my slate with me because I know I'm gonna be there for a while and I need to catch up on my protein, and it has caffeine. It's a win-win. Finally, not that you guys care, but they're shorter and they're back to neutral. This is what happens when I try different colors. I don't end up liking it, so I usually stick to the same colors. Neutral, white, which is also neutral, I guess. Every once in a while I'll do like a brown or a blue, sometimes pink. That's about it. I don't really go too crazy with my nails. But yeah, this basically concludes my Friday though, because all I'm going to do now is go home and work on a project that I'm launching at the end of June. So that's coming up very soon, but I have to do a lot for it, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been stressing a little bit, but it's okay. It's all gonna be worth it. I'm very excited about it, and I just keep telling myself, hustle hard this month, and then you get some free time, and then I'll have a social life for a little bit. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Tomorrow I'm going horseback riding though, and in the morning, I told the boys from the gym that I work at that I'm gonna do sprints with them. And I've been telling them for weeks that I was gonna do it, and I really, this time I promise, so I can't, no excuses. There's really no excuses. So I will see you in a second, because we're gonna fast forward to the morning. Good morning. So excited to go sprint up some hills right now. And I texted my friend and asked him to bring his massage gun because I can't find the charger for mine, and when I run, my low back kind of just does not feel great if I don't do enough warm-ups, and the massage gun helps. But when he texted me back, he said, oh man, I was almost thinking of bailing out. I should have just never texted him.
Today, Sydney,
all right, these are the assholes.
Not let him
No, creatine bro. Here we go.
Just
Wait,
kidding.
there's no break at all. You guys just go non-stop?
Yeah.
No
Or you
way.
can straight up it with one.
Well, we walk down. That's our break.
Took a 15-second break.
Nah, it's like 45 to a minute.
Make her believe it's 15 seconds, dude.
Like
That way the
sprint-
45
sprint
feels
up
better.
is only like 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
Nah, this is it. You can carry the boats. Oh my god. Oh, we did it. Come on, guys.
One more, Dewey! One more!
Ah.
You should buy this house.
You did.
Hang out here.
Oh man. You good?
Yeah. I'm chilling.
We are going horseback riding. I'm so excited. My phone is low battery though, so don't know how much I'm going to be able to record, but I'm also a little bit excited about that because that means I'll be staying off my phone and just enjoying the moment. But I'll try to get as much as I can, but filming on a horse is pretty tough. We'll see. Unfortunately, I couldn't get too much of the ride because it was pretty difficult to try to hold my phone while I was riding, but I'll try to get a little bit more footage next time I go if you guys are interested. But now, to finish off my day, I have to work on the thing that I'm launching at the end of this month. And then I also have to do a bunch of laundry. Something else. No, that's it. Oh, and work on this actual YouTube that I'm making right now. So that concludes my Friday and Saturday day. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna go to the beach. Maybe I'll film something else, but I think I'll probably put that in another video. But thank you again for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. You guys have no idea how much it inspires me and motivates me to actually make these vlogs. And I say this all the time, but getting closer and closer to buying a nice camera. And I can't wait.